On page 14 of our Unit 1 notes, we're looking at solving equations containing decimals. And similarly to fractions, we're basically removing or clearing the equation of decimals. What we're going to do to get rid of the decimals is to identify the term with the most digits to the right of the decimal place. In that case, it will be 75 hundredths. In this case, we would have, well, tied 5 thousandths and 25 thousandths. And then we're going to multiply both sides of the equation by the power of 10 to make this term a whole number. So in this particular case, we're going to multiply both sides of the equation by 100. Just need to be really, really careful. When we're multiplying by 100, we move each decimal place 2 places to the right, 75x. 5, 2 decimal places to the x gives me 500. 2.5 or 2 and 5/10 gives me 2 to the right, gives me 250x minus 200. And then I have a whole number equation that is rather pleasant, or at least more pleasant than subtracting those decimals. Now this is really a technique for when you don't have a calculator. If you have a calculator, calculators are really good at adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing decimals. They're not so good at fractions, which is why even if you have a calculator, I would suggest that you clear the equation of fractions. But with decimals, this really is only useful if you don't have a calculator. Okay, so once we got to here, I was able to talk through it without even thinking about it. Just an easy multi-step equation with variables on both sides. The technique itself is not super confusing. In this case, we're going to multiply by 1,000. So we can move the decimal place 3 to the right. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. But yeah, again, really, really careful with that multiplication.